Welcome to MPE Explained. Today we're going to be showing you the difference between MIDI and MPE. MPE stands for MIDI Polyphonic Expression. You know there's 2 extra words at the end, so there's a bunch more exciting features to get into. I've got a patch loaded up on this Expressive Osmose, which is the perfect tool to show you MPE with. And I'm just going to show you basically what we can achieve with MPE style controls and how that opens up a whole new world of manipulation of the sounds. So let's hop in. The most basic difference between normal MIDI and MPE that I can explain in one patch here is the difference between just a normal note on-off message and what we have available here, which is tapping, pressing, and aftertouch that can all be used in one patch for a much more expressive sound. So here, this patch is called Boreal Lights, and all you've got to do to see the difference is there's one called tap, just a normal note on message you do it, but you kind of tap on and off, and it tends to be like a higher velocity, and then you get one sound. You also have press, which is a less intense version of tap effectively, and this is just like a lighter note on message. So you can hear there the difference between tap and press. You actually have 2 different presets effectively built into one sound. So the tap was something a little bit more, I guess, percussive or a bit more transient effectively. And the press is like a string sound or a bowed pad type thing. So you can hear with my left hand there, I was just using a much lighter touch to generate the string sound. And with my right hand for the melody, I was using a tapping motion to get that sort of bell noise. So let's talk about aftertouch now. You'll probably be familiar with that from normal MIDI keyboards, but here it opens up a new lane of expression effectively. So I've got this Bansuri patch, and you'll hear that when I do the aftertouch, it'll introduce tremolo. So all I was doing there was, after I've done a normal note press or tap, I can then extend the note further in with a bit of a harder push, and then it will activate the tremolo. Different patches do different things with aftertouch, but it's a very big feature of MPE, so most patches will do something with it. Definitely worth playing with. I think the most exciting thing about MPE for me, though, is the next thing, which is pitching. You can actually use a sort of horizontal motion of your finger to change the pitch of the sound. So let me show you. I'm just going to hold down a note, and you'll hear that when I slide my fingers left and right, it will change the pitch. So you can hear there, I can create a nice vibrato sound with a sort of quick wiggle with the finger. Super intuitive. Guitar players are going to definitely love it. And it just, again, opens up a new lane when you're playing the keys and allows you to access something that sometimes you'd have had to use a mod wheel or something for before. It's probably worth mentioning at this point in the video that all the presets we've listened to so far have been coming straight out of the Expressive Osmose here, but you can plug it into a computer and quite easily control MPE plugins with it as well. So do a bit of digging and you'll find some great instruments on Plugin Boutique too. Another great feature to show you is shake. I've got this scratching fan preset loaded up, and you'll notice that where pitch was a sort of horizontal sideways movement on the key, if I go up and down, shake, then I get some different sounds out of it, basically. So let me show you. Next up, we have pressure glide. So this is an interesting way of achieving glide between your notes. Normally, you'd set the glide time in your synth, but in this case, it actually uses the amount of pressure you're applying on the 2 notes you're gliding between to set the length of the glide. Another great thing about this is it's polyphonic, so the things I'm doing in my right hand will still apply the glide, but I can add some bass notes too, and they will be unaltered by the glide. So let me show you that too. Next up, we have strum. This is a little bit like shake, except it doesn't use the aftertouch. It actually uses sort of the position you are in the range of the note press to trigger different notes. So the final feature I'm going to be talking about today is note off. So this will be familiar for anyone who's ever used a MIDI keyboard. Of course, when you release a note, it's going to stop. However, with MPE, it becomes a lot more expressive and creative. In the case of this patch, you'll hear in a minute, a note off message will not only trigger another note, but it will actually change the pitch and give you a kind of beautiful sparkling thing that you didn't actually play, but you kind of did play as far as the audience know. So this is obviously incredible, but what's even more incredible is when you start mapping these controls yourself to any MPE capable synth on your computer, such as Noisy 2 by Expressive E, who also make this Osmose here. There's a whole world of sound design waiting there for you with MPE. I hope you enjoy. I've been Connor, and I'll catch you in the next one.